Love it or hate it. I'm going to throw up some pictures and facts, and then we're going to decide whether we love it or hate it. So are you guys ready to have some fun? Welcome to the Love, Hate, Laugh Show.
I hate this goddamn name. It's dumb, but I couldn't think of a better one, so I was just like, you know what? Use the fucking name that you like.
Paddles? Fans? Yeah. Paddles? And paddle each other. No. We're going to play Love It or Hate It. We're going to do Doll Edition in honor of Barbie. So we're going to look at some pictures for all of you at home who are joining us for the first time. I'm going to throw up some pictures and facts, and then we're going to decide whether we love it or hate it. So are you guys ready to have some fun?
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so the first doll, Cabbage Patch Dolls. Ooh. So I'll read a little bit about it. You guys can determine what your feelings are. But what is the story of Cabbage Patch Kids? The Cabbage Patch Kids were born, according to the brand's website, in 1976 when a 21-year-old art student from Georgia named Xavier Roberts combined his interest in sculpture with the quilting skills he learned from his mother. So Cabbage Patch
Can I go first?
Dolls. Go for it.
Love it.
Oh, nice.
Love it. Big fan. Had one as a kid. It apparently someone got it because it looked like me, I guess. Gave it to me. So it had very similar, it had like brown hair. Because I kind of looked like a Cabbage Patch doll as a kid with my big blue eyes and just like, I got really chubby cheeks and face.
And clean shaven. You kind of do right now, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Just going to like sign Xavier Roberts on your butt.
Yeah.
But I had one for a long time. Its name, I do not know where this came from, and I can't believe this is a deep cut pull from my brain. It was named Garvey.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
It was my Garvey, and there's all these pictures of like me in like a basket with it, and then like older, and
I think I've seen one of these pictures.
Yeah.
Well, its name was
Garvey
because they all came with birth certificates. They already had names when you got them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought that was weird, and I can't believe I remembered Garvey, but that was.
I bet your mom remembers Garvey.
Yeah, I bet my mom still has it.
Yeah, that's a sweet mom thing.
Right.
Eliza.
I do also. I love them.
Ooh,
I was a child when it was probably like 84, 85 when they were the huge, like super popular one. I do not remember the name.
I was born in 86, so.
Yeah, so it was like by the time you were born, like the craze had died down a little. You could get them. But also there's like a Cabbage Patch Kids like I guess hospital where you can go. I saw like a TikTok about it a couple weeks ago. You can go now and they have someone who does a demonstration of the Cabbage Patch being born out of the actual Cabbage Patch, and like they talk about the name, and like it's a whole experience you can do now. But I mean they're a little creepy, but they're sweet and kids loved them.
Is Cabbage Patch a euphemism for vagina?
No.
It's cabbage.
No.
The cabbages.
I know you guys don't know much about them, but
is Cabbage Patch a style that you can get? Like there's like landing
you get the Cabbage Patch, which is just like labia lengthening surgery. Like I want it to look like a sandwich, a roast beef sandwich. Go to Dubai and get the Cabbage Patch.
Go out of your way to do nothing. Is that
screw a Brazilian butt lift? I want a Cabbage Patch.
I like the Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage Patch puss.
She has that Cabbage Patch.
No, I think it's like a kind of like just story like the stork. Right, like babies are born from the Cabbage Patch. But I could see the visual similarity. I think you just really, I got a lot to think about.
One day I'll be able to compare them to. So
yeah, okay. I don't know.
It just hasn't happened for me yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, what are your thoughts?
I hate it.
Oh no,
they're creepy as fuck, and I don't have the frame of reference.
Right. Yeah.
I was born in '94. I think it was a wrap by then, and they were just these creepy ass dolls that some people had, and I was just like, "That's fucking weird, dude. I don't know why you got that fat little doll with the little eyes too close together, fucking looking at me, yarn hair or whatever it has. I don't like
it. It is yarn hair.
Yeah, fuck that.
And the body is soft, and again, all the butts of them say they have a signature like printed on them.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like that doctor who uses sperm and like now there are hundreds of his kids,
Oh. Wait, what about that?
Have you seen that documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like putting The artist putting his name on all the Cabbage Patch Kids. It's like the doctor.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah,
The
no,
father of
they
all of
just
them.
they
ruined
just,
it.
I like it though.
No, they were, by the time I would have encountered them, they were like a weird old doll,
Yeah.
just sitting somewhere, and I was like,
Like
that's
you probably
fucking
ran
weird.
into them at like thrift stores and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of the only place I would see them. I don't remember.
Did you have like a Tickle Me Elmo? What was like?
I did have a
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmo. I've got a story about it.
Ooh.
We'll put it on the list for
Yeah,
a
put it
future
on the
episode.
Is it on the list here, or should I just joke about the Tickle Me Elmo
Go
now?
for it. 'Cause
Quick
it's not
story.
on the list. Do it.
Okay. No, I was actually just telling Joanna about this. My mom got really mad at me and my friend one time. After my friend left. But like we had the Tickle Me Elmo, and we found out that like you could hit it and it would start giggling. And so we thought that was the funniest shit ever. We were either throwing it at the wall or fucking punching it in the face. And we'd punch fucking Tickle Me Elmo, and he'd go, ha 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 ha, that tickles. You know, the fucking laugh thing it did. And we thought that was the funniest shit ever. And we did it over and over. And then my mom was like, your aunt fucking waited in the cold for 9 hours to get that thing.
She didn't say fucking.
No, she didn't. But like she
I
was
gonna
freaking.
say,
I
don't.
was like, you have no respect for that toy. Your aunt waited for so long. Those were so hard to get, and she went
were.
out of your way, and she got you that toy.
I'm on
and
Edna's
you're
side.
going to hit it. That is disrespectful. I can't believe you would do
I am-
something like.
I'm-
I didn't raise you like that to be a spoiled brat and hit your toys. So
You know what? I'm with Edna on this. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Go Edna. Go Edna.
I mean, it does start with toys, and then it just escalates from there. So.
yeah,
exactly.
no, it really.
I mean,
went
She's
from there.
nipping that in the bud.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, Dahmer started with it, throwing Tickle Me
Yeah,
Elmos.
with
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmos, I think.
So you really, nip the butt on that one.
Yeah.
All right, we
To
ready?
be fair, it was funny as hell.
I thought it was nip it in the butt for the longest time.
You've learned a lot on this.
I know.
podcast.
The other one is pick. Wait, was that pick my interest? Pique my interest?
Peak.
P-I-U-K
P-I-Q-U-E.
Q-U-E. I put down a book. I was like, it's peak? What? I thought it was like, look at like peekaboo my interest. Like play peekaboo with my interests.
Well, it's really just a mood point at this juncture.
A moot point.
Mood point.
All right, we ready for the next
Yes.
one?
Yes.
All right, so keep the train going. We're going a little bit
Ooh.
closer to our time frame. These are the Bratz dolls. So Bratz dolls are fashion dolls and the main competitors of Barbie. So fuck those bitches. With their specific design and with following a modern fashion, they carved their own niche on the scene of the fashion toys. So yeah, there's the.
Are
Here-
these
here you
were
can
these
find out.
based on?
I should have read that.
Wait, what? I missed it. Missed it completely.
We're out of the loop. It's okay.
It says here you can find out more about the history of
copy.
Bratz doll. Just like, oh, that's.
Here
You
you can
copied
find
the
out
whole
more about
thing.
the history
I
of
didn't
Bratz
type that
dolls.
shit. How's it work?
It's
I got
Chat
down to.
GPT.
A little behind the scenes, if you will. Eliza, let's start with you.
I'm gonna say I love them. I was like too old for like I never had them as a child or anything, but I do like how like from the very start they were meant to be like really diverse and like just had more interesting clothes and stuff. So I think it's really great that they didn't have to be like dragged kicking and screaming to have dolls of other colors than white.
More inclusive.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say love it.
Nice. Let's do Nick.
What you got?
I'm gonna go hate it.
Ooh, okay.
Not really. I just remember occasionally I would see the merch like at school, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't for me. I was a fucking boy.
You're punching Elmo.
Yeah, I was
You need a
punching
doll.
Elmo. I was a
Too
little
busy punching
psycho.
Elmo.
Yeah, no, I
You're
was.
beating the shit out of curb stomping my Elmo.
Yeah, I was busy threatening Elmo.
That's your first album title.
Yeah, I was busy playing Biggie albums to Elmo. I was like, can't talk with a gun in your mouth, Elmo. Who shot you? Bitch. And he was like,
Then Edna comes in with a rolling pin. Got it. Quit menacing Elmo with Biggie
Yeah.
Smalls.
it's like, yeah, Elmo, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Get money.
Get money.
That was Tupac, but you know.
like
Yeah,
it.
we went with
East Coast,
I
West Coast.
love it.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't really. They weren't for me. I was.
It would actually be weird if you had a positive opinion of them. I'd be like,
Yeah.
what happened there,
Yeah.
Nick? What seems out of
Also, I
character?
felt like they were the ones like the cool, edgy girls had, and I.
Yeah.
And like, by the time I was like interested in girls, I knew I never had a shot with the cool edgy girls. That was like, and so they just kind of.
Oh, so it just pissed you off.
It pissed me off a little bit because I was like, yeah, no, they're gonna be too cool for me. So fuck that.
Like the Bratz
She
girls.
looks like she had Bratz doll. That she's way out of my
Yeah.
league.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bratz girls grew up to have OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
And we love that for them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
Empowerment.
more power to
empowered,
More
exactly.
More power.
Would you call that early onset incel?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if there had been a Reddit for 12-year-old Nick, I'd have been on there.
That popped into my head and I couldn't wait. Early onset incel. Okay.
That's so funny.
I never ran anyone over with
I
a
know,
bus.
you're
I just
right.
was sad a lot, dude. It's just what it is.
And took it out on your tickle me Elmo. We
Yeah,
know.
I fucked up Tickle Me Elmo. I was like, you bitch. I took it out in a healthy way, goddammit. It could have been a lot worse.
It
Yeah,
could have
you
been
have
a
a
lot
very
worse.
nice girlfriend now.
Yeah.
It's not permanent.
Everything worked out.
Everything's fine. Everything's
Nobody
fine.
got run over. It's fine.
Yes, no one got run over yet.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Well, if anyone ever gets run over, it would be an accident. I would never
Well,
run
we'd have to
someone
look at the
over.
dash cam.
Yeah, exactly. I have a dash
he's
cam.
got a
I
dash
can't
cam.
run
Oh,
anybody
my
over. I'd snitch on myself.
Yeah, be like,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not a
shit.
good
the ghost
crime.
of Biggie's like, God damn it, Nick.
All right, Bjorn.
Um,
what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go. I'm like on the fence. I was too old for him at the time, so I'm just gonna go with hate it. Not a fan. I was not a fan. I think my sister was kind of into him. She was a little old for him too. Were they based on the Steve McQueen shoe?
No.
Is it Steve McQueen? No, Steve Madden.
Steve Madden. No.
Steve Madden.
That was
Madden.
just
or
stylish
or
at the
lugs. What was the? No, there was like those.
No, it was Steve Madden. Where
Wasn't it
was
with the
leg.
girls with the huge
Yeah, yeah,
eyes
yeah.
and the like?
Oh,
I'll pull it up.
time. Yeah, I know,
You know
what
what
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about. I
about?
do know what you're talking
Steve
about.
Madden, right? I
Like
want to
Steve
say
Madden
Steve
90s
Madden
ads.
shoes.
I don't think they were based on that. I think that was just like an aesthetic. It was like cyberpunk
Like
aesthetic.
It was kind of like the big eyes artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I always thought that's what it. I thought they were the same brand
Oh, well, I
for
can
the
see.
longest time.
I can see where you would get that.
It is the same design language.
Like I felt like they were based on these ads because these ads were really popular, and then all of a sudden those dolls showed up.
Well, they kind of came out around the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick, do you remember those ads? Or like you weren't? There wasn't.
I
Like,
remember them.
in like magazines. Okay, yeah. So
It was like late 90s.
All
Hate it.
right.
He was a baby.
So, Bratz, a little divisive there, but let's
Yeah.
move on to the next one. So, you guys ready for this?
I
one?
wanted to have this hair when I made that opinion because I look like from that era.
Yeah. You know, but
I look like that guy
You're
on
gonna
the
have to
end.
make the thumbnail with your head
and,
real
and I
big.
hate to say this, but
You do.
You're giving me full-on Dahmer vibes too with the glasses.
Thank you.
Those aren't even the Dahmer glasses.
I know. I should have wore those.
You should have
Yeah.
worn the Dahmer glasses.
Next
Yeah,
time.
I
like
think
it.
the lines in the hair are a little too straight.
I did my own haircut. I cut my own hair. Can't you tell?
No.
All right. So next we've got
Uh-oh.
G.I. Joe. So although it's an action figure, it's still a doll. So drawing inspiration from wooden artists' mannequins, Hasbro designed G.I. Joe with movable joints, giving the toy 19 points of articulation. This made the nearly 12-inch toy a lot more flexible than Barbie. to distinguish G.I. Joe from dolls, which companies mostly marketed to girls, Hasbro marketed G.I. Joe to boys as action figures. So G.I. Joe, this is from the 60s. This isn't the updated one or the
okay.
ones from the 80s, but figured let's go to the old school one. So let's start with Nick.
I'm going to stay consistent. I hate this too.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah, breaking down all kinds of barriers, being unpredictable. No, I didn't. I never had action figures. I never was interested.
Were you allowed to have them?
No, but that's a militaristic toy. My mom would not allow such a violent toy in our house.
Hey,
The way you said it. No.
Imagine what I'd have had him do to Tickle Me Elmo. He'd have fucking shot Tickle Me Elmo right in the head.
Real hostage situation. going
Oh
on.
man, he would have held him for ransom.
I mean, you know why I even asked that question.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. I did have. I guess I'll walk that back. I did have Bionicles. Those for sure are an action figure. You just put them together.
Yeah.
I had like all of those. Those are fire. But like, I like putting it together. That was fun.
Yeah.
But I never like got into Like, just buy it and then it's just kind of there toys.
Yeah, same.
I like toys you could put together, or toys that did some actual cool shit, like remote control
Estes
cars.
rockets.
Estes, I had a bunch of those. Those are dope.
I've never
talked
heard of
about
that.
those.
It's the little rocket that has an actual
Engine.
like gunpowder in a tube engine, and you put it in, you hit the button, it sparks this engine and just goes.
Yeah,
It's like a
shoots in there.
firework that doesn't explode.
Like
And then it has a parachute and it comes back down.
Yeah,
and
when
it
it
gets
gets
lost
up
in
to the
a tree
top.
because I lived in the forest.
Yeah.
When it gets up to the top of the air, it goes pop and it shoots the little nose off the top and it has a little parachute in there and it just goes. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, like we did that as
But
like
you
a
had to
special
like
project.
you
at
had to
school.
like glue everything together. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't come. Well, later they had some that
of them
were
snapped
assembled
together and some of them glued.
Yeah, I had one that like it would instead of it would like pop open and then these things would come out and it was supposed to like helicopter down. And
I think I had that same one. I never launched it because I was sure that I was going to lose those.
Oh, it just exploded. And then I glued it all back together and then I shot it off a second time and it exploded again and I was like,
yeah,
I'm
you see,
over
if
it.
I'd had a G.I. Joe, I'd have been like, let's
He'd have been
send
on there.
him up to
Yeah.
space
To the moon.
on
Yeah.
a moon mission and put him on one of the little things that floats down and see if he makes it back. He wouldn't have made it back.
That's really creative, though.
But
That makes
yeah,
you been
I
proud.
like toys that like did a thing. So for me, like G.I. Joe was never even a thing I was interested in. Because it just is like a guy and you have to like, you'd be like,
Go
oh,
on
here he
adventures.
fucking is. And like the adventures seem cool, but then like you get the toy and they were all, those kind of toys I felt like were always such a bummer. Because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, it's there and it just sits there. This is all it does. And that was a wrap.
it's action.
Yeah, it's so much action. It sits on a,
He's like
it
staring
sits
at
on
it.
a stump.
Action.
Look at
I
look
said
at all
action.
this action. Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah. So, hate it. Dumb.
All right, Bjorn.
Okay. I was also not allowed to have it, so hate it.
Oh.
I was
Yeah.
not allowed to have any kind of violent toys, anything that had a gun, any of that. I could have. I had Ninja Turtles, but my mom would take all the weapons away.
So they were just turtles.
They were just
They
turtles.
just like pizza alive.
But a real ninja doesn't
a real
need
ninja
real
doesn't
weapons.
need weapons. My mom would say that.
She'd be like, they could just choke motherfuckers out.
I am a weapon. These are registered or whatever. Like,
Somehow that's even more toxic
So much
masculinity.
worse.
It's like Chuck Norris, my fists are registered weapons.
that's
type
right,
Of bullshit. That's
right.
way worse than just a turtle with a gun.
I know. Well, they didn't really have guns, and so I was absolutely not allowed to have GI Joes. I had. So a lot of my toys were kind of like random. Like we would go to thrift stores, and this was like pre-thrift stores being cool. Like when I was a kid, the only people that went to thrift stores were like poor people or whatever. It was like kind of not cool. But my mom would take us there, and she would literally be like, "Get to buy. You can have one thing, whatever you want," which was like such a cool thing. And so like I had like the Castle Grayskull, but I had none of. I didn't even know
No
what.
He-Man?
I had no He-Man. I didn't even know what it went to. I just would use my Ninja Turtles in the Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull.
It's hard
That's
to
where
say.
it started.
It's hard to say.
Wait,
you
what
should have,
is
like,
it?
a Castle
What is a
Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull?
Can you pull it up?
I would
So
love to.
He-Man.
And as a follow-up, what happens if you type Castle Grayskull?
well, we
so
can-
He-Man
we're
is
gonna lose our
pretty gay.
monetization.
Like it's pretty
Yeah, it's
gay.
pretty gay. And you know
It is
Skeletor.
called He-Man.
Yes.
But you know Skeletor, right?
And it's like
No.
I have
I've
the
heard-
power.
heard
so
the
that's
word
I had one
Skeletor.
of those.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, that's
I
alarming.
had the one that's like purple and
Holy moly, it's $500.
I had that.
Damn, Bjorn, you
I had
missed-
that like that
no, it
one.
wasn't that back then.
You
The
could
vintage
retire.
He-Man Masters of the Universe. It was like green. I don't know. It was like there was like parts of it that were melted. It was like it was in rough shape. I think my mom got it for like $5 or something. It's crazy. Like some of that stuff, yeah, it is worth a lot now because you can't. You absolutely
kids
can't
played it and,
find
like,
it.
Yeah,
played
because
with
the
it and
kids
destroyed
that
it.
did play with it now make $400,000 a year
Yeah.
at Meta
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much.
as a VR engineer, and so they're just like, I want Castle Grayskull, and I don't care what it costs.
Yeah, but I was very similar to you, Nick.
Go
I
pick
didn't
it up in
really
my Tesla.
play with my toys much. It was more like I like would put Lego sets
Yeah.
together and Estes rockets and remote control. I mean, like I was kind of like an outdoor kid that was like doing stuff.
Right, like the toy needed to like do a thing and be
Yeah.
like interactive.
Yeah,
That's probably part of ADHD a little bit too, where you're just like, this needs to be consistently engaging, not just like once.
Yeah. Eliza, what about you? What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna say hate it because I didn't have those. Well, the thing is, like dolls and like action figures, like it's like an imagination toy. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter if it does something because it's like you're imagining what it does. But because my sister and I, we had Barbies, and my Barbies did not like short kings apparently because they're like G.I. Joes. I think are shorter than Barbies, and my Barbies had Kens and each other to fuck. So like we didn't need these like guys coming in for Fleet Week and like doing that. Like they were really busy, scissoring like constantly. Which is, if you ask women about their experience with Barbies, I don't know a single woman who didn't have her Barbies fuck. Like that, Barbies were whores, and I say that in a very loving way. So it's not that I hate them, I just have no time for them. Like, go back on your ship, whatever.
Do you think they're smooth like Ken? Probably.
No, I bet they have like giant balls.
Just huge balls.
Like
just balls. No, no dick. Just balls. They're like a truck.
They just look like
You probably couldn't even take their pants off, to be honest. That's gay. We want our boys to be gay.
But you could take their shirt off and they'll
look at
have
their
like
hands.
a six-pack.
Look at their hands. Like, let's talk about
like an interactive six-pack that you can build up and make bigger as the doll does sit-ups.
Yeah, but those hands they're doing something. I don't think it's just holding a gun.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Looks a little sus.
Different kind of gun.
They can grab a gun.
All kinds of guns. Anything you want. Anything could happen.
All right. Are we? All right. Are we ready for the last one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This one's really fun. It's just one of the most well-loved dolls toys of all time. I think everybody had one as a kid. And I think even like the church said this is like a really important doll for every good Christian to have. So we're going to talk about Chucky. So Charles Lee Chucky Ray, born May 1st, 1958, is the main antagonist of the Child's Play slasher film franchise. Chucky is portrayed as a vicious serial killer who, as he bleeds out from a gunshot wound, transfers his soul into a good guy doll and continuously tries to transfer it to a human body. How ridiculous is this plot? First,
it really is.
Anyway, so Chucky, that's him. I think we're back to Bjorn.
Love it. Big fan.
Okay.
I remember kids when I don't know when did this movie come out?
80s.
Mm-hmm.
So
Late
I was
80s?
I mean like I was a little older when I first saw it, but like I remember kids talking about how scary it was. I was not afraid of this at all. This didn't give me that weird doll thing where I don't know.
Valley.
I don't know. I was just like, I thought he was funny. I just was like, I don't know. It was very witty.
We understand the Dahmer haircut now.
Yeah. Like, haircut
Chucky was
makes
like
sense.
my role model.
Yeah, big fan. He wore overalls just like me. Like, I don't know. I don't remember it being scary. I just thought they were like really fun and ridiculous. Like, because to me it was so fake looking. I guess I maybe saw it old enough to like have that. Like, not that thing where you see something too young, like a Gremlins or something situation that a lot of people had.
Yeah.
Same with that one though.
Return to Oz.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Return to Oz?
Or like striptease.
Or Labyrinth. I think that one scared a lot of children.
Yeah.
That one was scary. That one scared me. The hands. The hand room, that seemed like that's like a lot of people touch. I'm weird about being touched sometimes. And I was like, someone's going to tickle me.
Oh, I hate being tickled.
Like, there's going to be a lot of
not.
tickling. Do you guys know the hands part that I'm talking about?
No.
There's this. You don't remember that?
I'm sorry. I have
There's
ADHD too.
There's
I don't
the part
remember
with
everything.
hands in the.
I remember
hands.
in Return to Oz.
And they like, and it speaks, and it's like a whole bunch of hands that are like.
Oh yeah.
Like making the face. It's brilliant, but they're terrifying.
It's just a bunch of hands coming out of everywhere.
Yeah, like creepy, gross. That
it's
scared
nasty.
the shit out of me. But
They probably didn't use
Do you
sanitizer.
No.
Gross.
and they're like talking, and each one in. Anyways,
Yeah.
All right. So that was a hate it. No, love it.
love it.
Love it.
Big
All right.
fan.
Eliza.
Can I say I'm like neutral on it.
Okay.
I don't care. Like I must have seen it as a kid. I don't watch horror movies. I don't really like horror movies because for various personal reasons, but it's fine. Like it's not scary, but I don't hate it. So I'm neutral. So
Okay, that's fair.
yeah. That's
Nick.
all I have.
And Nick.
I'm gonna go hate it. I'm staying consistent across the board.
Hate it.
Never seen the movie. Maybe I'll have to watch it someday. I don't really watch horror movies. They're not really my thing either. But it's like I every time I've seen one, I've been like, this is fucking dumb. It's either dumb, and then I don't really like the jump scare shit. I don't like the like big spike in anxiety. I'm like, I'm anxious all the time. I don't need
need
to
this.
fucking
You don't need
pay
help.
money and take time out of my day to be like on edge. Get the fuck out of here. So like, yeah, that's not for me. And then it's a weird, creepy little doll. It's like, what? Why? I don't want to see that. I don't have a big problem. I'm not against it. I just don't really. I'm almost like Eliza. I
neutral?
almost just
You
don't
can have
care
two
about
sides.
this one.
Mm.
But you know what? I'm gonna stay firm on hate it. I think it's dumb.
I'm gonna say I also love the pose in this photo.
Yeah. No, it's
kinda
very,
dope.
very
So
like
cash,
lifelike.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, that is fun. I'm with you on that.
He's trying to seduce Barbie.
He's
Yeah,
also, he's got a G.I. Joe hand going on.
He does.
Actually,
a
and
little
it's perfectly
concerned.
placed, so that's kind of weird. But,
Did you make that, Paul?
yes, yeah, I posed him.
With AI.
Yeah.
Paul, what's your take on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think I'm right there with you. I kind of like. I know he's a serial killer and blah blah blah, but I just kind of want to have a beer with him.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that you could just have a beer with.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why he gets my vote. I know he's done all this shit, but
He's
whatever.
like older than my mother now that I know his birth date. He
Yeah.
and my mom are almost the same age.
Yeah. But just the most ridiculous. But let's face it, most horror movies have the most ridiculous plots anyway. So
That's true.
I'm dying. What am I going to do? There's a doll. Like,
yeah,
what?
he transfers his soul into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Don't
some
act
weird
like you wouldn't.
Harry
Duh.
Potter shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't that's like a Harry Potter plot?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the
that's right.
80s.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
that's all I've got for
Awesome.
Love It or Hate It
Yay.
Doll Edition. I hope that was fun
That was fun.
for you guys. So
Yeah. Thank you.
good times. Good times.
All right, let's get out of here.